What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning King Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, of course, by now you guys have heard that he has called out Tank Davis after Tank Davis's performance over Mario Barrios this past weekend, and he states and he tells Floyd Mayweather, the promoter of Tank Davis, that that's the fight that he wants. Okay. Let me counterpunch. Shouts out to Spencer Farron, the knowledge, and he asked me today, did I have doubt that Ryan Garcia was faking the mental illness? And I told him yes, because of, X, Y, and Z. Now I have another reason why, okay? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The activity or his actions don't convey that he has mental illness or he ever had mental illness. See, all I seen him do is get out of a fight with a very hard competitor, okay, an ex-champion, Javier Fortuna, and then right after he got out of that fight, he was all of a sudden doing commercials, right, which wouldn't line up with that. If you're in mental illness, you want to be closed off for anybody. Social media made you. So if that was the case, that, of course, would be something or one of those things that had you or got you overwhelmed to the point where you mentally couldn't focus, to the point where you thought mentally that you weren't fit. So if that was the case, why were you doing still things in social media, on social media? You just couldn't fight. Which one was it? Right? Now you canceled a fight with a tough competitor, and now you want to call out Tank Davis. Tank Davis at what? Okay, he just became the WBA regular at 140. What is he saying, that he's going to go to 140? And you just canceled a fight not that long ago to Javier Fortuna. And like I told Spencer Farron, like, hey, listen, I would feel better if he fought who he was scheduled to fight, because it seems like to me you made that shit up to avoid a fight, because that's all you've done action-wise. You've got out of a fight that you're supposed to fight. Because nobody, like, your words and your actions don't line up to what you say you have. Someone with mental illness, okay, in 2 weeks I'm fine. Bullshit. I don't buy it. Then I'm gonna tell anyone that listens, I don't buy that whole, hey, I don't feel good right now. I'm gonna cancel this fight. Not postpone, but cancel. Now you're calling out Tank Davis because Tank Davis looked really good with an undefeated fighter. Right? So you now call him out and you're fine now. And I don't think there's too much detail. There wasn't enough detail about what was going on with him. Tyson Fury had a array of things he felt and how he was feeling this day. Like, hey, I felt this way one day, and then the next day I didn't. I needed this to cover up the way I felt, yada, yada, yada. It was a progression. Okay, with Ryan Garcia, hey, I had mental illness. That shit's the same as, hey, why didn't you do your homework? Oh, man, my dog ate it. What happened? Oh, I had AIDS, but I'm all right today. What? You know what I mean? Because that stuff just doesn't go away in a couple weeks. It's hard to believe that you suffered from this right then all of a sudden you're back in A-OK. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? No, I don't buy it. I think Ryan Garcia is lying, and shame on him if he is lying, okay? Because you don't treat stuff like, and you don't use that type of shit, because if he can start using it, that means other people can start using that shit. They can start using it as an excuse, especially if they don't believe him like I don't. They can say, well, fuck, if King Ryan Garcia is using it and Tyson Fury's the pioneer of it, we're going to start using that shit every time we don't get our way, or we get ourselves in a situation that we feel uncomfortable and want to renege on. That's what we'll do. We'll mentally lie and say we have mental illness. Okay, and that doesn't describe mental illness. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So, but again, I don't know him personally or whatever, but based on his personality and the way he walks and talks and carries himself and never missed a fucking beat, I don't buy that. But let's talk about him calling out Tank. Calling out Tank would be a good fight, but then here's the thing. Here's the irony of it. He won't get that fight anyway. Why? Because he's not a PBC fighter, and Floyd already said, hey, we have enough fighters on our banner. So he's not gonna, that's not something that you have to worry about. It won't happen. You know, so if he really wants to fight Tank Davis or not, if he's just capping or whatever, the fight won't happen. You know what I mean? Because Floyd said it, you know, said it so unless he becomes bigger than that. But even if he is, it's not going to happen. They're not going to cash Tank out unless Tank pisses someone off over there. And then they may throw him to whoever they choose to throw him to, especially if they don't care about him winning or losing anymore. But that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think of King Ryan Garcia calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.